Welcome back to the Rhode Show this morning in The Buzz. The White House is condemning what's being called one of the biggest leaks in intelligence history. Yesterday, the website WikiLeaks posted more than 90,000 classified military records detailing 6 years of the Afghan war. The bombshell leak includes unreported incidents of Afghan civilian killings and covert operations against Taliban figures. Now, in a statement, National Security Advisor General James Jones called the leak a threat to national security, which could put the lives of Americans and our partners at risk. The Obama administration is pointing out, though, that the documents describe a time period from 2004 to December of 2009. And that's just before President Obama announced a new strategy for the war in Afghanistan. In the meantime, the New York Times is one media outlet that had early access to this information, but they've said in a statement that they have taken care not to publish information that would harm national security interests, either in their articles or in any online material. And I think that's what separates traditional journalist media outlets from, bloggers who can they have free reign. They can post what they want. They can say what they want.
No rules.
No rules. What do you guys think about this?
Well, I think any time that you have a war or an issue like this that's controversial, there's people that take strong sides. There's one side or the other. And you have maybe rogue, former members of the military or
someone with an agenda.
With an agenda, exactly. This sort of stuff is going to happen. I mean, there's different levels of stuff that come off of a controversial situation, like that incident at Fort Hood where the disgruntled member killed all the fellow members of the Army at that base. And then you have McChrystal, the general, doing an interview with Rolling Stone magazine calling President Obama a wimp.
Yeah, and ended up losing his job over it.
So I mean, it's very polarizing, and I'm not surprised. I'm not that this stuff gets out.
Are you worried that this poses a national security risk?
I was going to say, I think there are some things that us as the public don't necessarily really need to know. I think it does jeopardize American safety. I mean, we're one of the most powerful countries on the planet because we have just such an amazing military, and I think leaking stuff like this is just, I believe we're on a need-to-know basis.
Here's the other side.
I don't think some of these secrets that they let out are, really, we need to know.
Here's the other side of it. This website is apparently hosted in Sweden, and it started as a place that Chinese dissidents could come out and air their grievances. I mean, that's a country where there is it's all state-run media. There is no independent press, where they don't, there are atrocities going on that never get reported, that are swept under the rug. And there are people who have children in this war, who are soldiers, and who say, hold on a second, what are we doing here? Do we even have a plan? Is anyone even aware of what's going on to our own soldiers and to other people, civilians who are being killed in all of this? So some people would say, listen, information is power, knowledge is power, and let's get this information out there so that the American people can be better educated as to what is really going on in that country. And I can understand that, but it takes an organization like the New York Times, or I mean, certainly even in the newsroom, there are times when we hear about an unfortunate event, and the police will sometimes ask us, please don't say this, please don't say that, because of the nature of what's going on. And we have to weigh, whether we're going to do that or not.
Because the other people might in this area. Yeah.
I think with the New York Times, and specifically with us, it's not like we're making decisions on whether or not we say something based on another media outlet. We decide on our own standards, and it just seems like this is.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous, and we're in a world now, especially in the media, not necessarily here, but with the bloggers and all these other outlets that get it first, get it fast, but don't always get it accurate and get it right. And I think the media has to report certain things. New York Times really doesn't have much competition, so they can sort of set their own rules and say, we're going to rise above and not do this. But there are thousands more that don't apply or play by the same rules.
Well, Courtney, I know that you're over in the Tech Center talking on the live blog this morning, and this is something that, kind of the impact of this is centered on Washington, but it's rippling out.
Absolutely. A lot of questions this morning from our viewers, and they're commenting on this on the live blog and on our Facebook page, but we'll start, as usual, on foxprovidence.com. And this first one's from Joe, and he says, if this was a leak of classified information, then we should treat the website owners like spies. He also goes on to say this is definitely a threat to national security. And Aaron says, I think some of the stuff we should know, but to release all of them, that's wrong. We also have a poll there right underneath the live blog. What do you think about the leak of Afghan war documents? A, we have the right to the information. B, national security could be compromised. Or C, I don't believe the documents are legit. And we've also posted this story there. If you're just hearing about it this morning, there's lots to read up on, so you can weigh in from home. Some of our Facebook friends are commenting also this morning, and this one's from Jessica Alquist, and she says, if we are apparently funding this war, we as a nation deserve to know what is really going on over there. So if you're just joining us, we'd love to hear from you. Maybe we'll read some more comments at the end of the show with those poll results we'll have in about a half hour. But for now,